government and the aviation industry this morning scrambling to find some new ways to stop terrorists from planting bombs on airplanes was the big news over the weekend. As you know, joining us this morning is the president of McCann Protective Services and also a former UN security chief, Michael McCann. Michael, thanks so much for being with us on this short notice. Now, you know, we've been talking so much about it over the weekend, but overall for UPS and FedEx, what does it mean for them in terms of added costs on security?
Well, I think it will mean added cost, but people should approach things different than we normally do. When you have a problem, you throw money and resources at it. We should try to do things within existing resources and target where the threat is and devote more resources at that aspect of it.
Okay, but for UPS and FedEx, so what do they have to do differently?
Well, there's a program that's been in existence for quite a while. It's called CTPAT. It's Customs Trade Partnership Against Terrorism, and the goal is to have the supply line, people that are shipping things, to ensure that what's being shipped is safe.
This program has been in place?
This program has been in place for a number of years, and it's for companies, whether it's automobile companies, computer companies, that they're to ensure that the supply line, where the items are manufactured, the trucking, and everybody that's involved in that there's some security awareness and arrangements in place for that.
And UPS and FedEx are a part of that?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so the fact that they found these packages, is that considered a success or a failure of this program?
Well, it shows that more has to be done, and probably what has to be done is
So it was a failure then?
I wouldn't say it's a failure, because I take the view that there's a multi-layer approach, that you have a lot of things in place, and one part of the program may not work as well as it should, but you must have multiple layers.
Okay, but there must be some loopholes then, that this program's not working when we saw these packages come through.
Yes, well, what you have to do is with UPS, they may have to screen everything before it's shipped. They may have to put X-ray machines and the technology in place in countries such as Yemen, and to ensure that what's getting on the plane is safe.
Because right now they don't screen everything.
I don't think they screen everything. The number is about 65% of what's shipped is screened.
Okay, and is it possible to screen 100%?
It may not be possible to screen 100%, but again, I think what the focus has to be is a multi-layer approach. You need the technology, you need the human resources, which may fail, something may get by, so even if you have the technology and you have someone looking at the machine, it may get by. You need proactive law enforcement, and importantly in this case, the intelligence operation worked better than it has in the past. So if you have all these things in place, that if one aspect doesn't work as well, then you have the other part that will work.
Okay, what about shipping though? What about maritime shipping? I mean, where do we have to, how do you secure that?
Well, what you have to do is, one is the intelligence, knowing what's taking place, and then the shipping, you have to screen as much as possible as you can, and then the CTPAT program.
But how screened is that, though? I mean, the cargo that comes on ships, how screened is that?
Yeah, but I don't think it's ever going to be perfect.
Okay.
And I think we're not being, again, using reasonableness and common sense approach that and cost. Things can be done, but the cost will be enormous, and will put FedEx or UPS out of business. So it has to be all these components, and screen, target. We're always worried about being politically correct, but target areas, target where the threat is, and potentially where it's coming from.
Right.
So don't do this thing, which we tend to do, everybody.
A blanket, yes.
A blanket threat, and we couldn't absorb the cost.
Okay. All right, Michael, thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.